What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we break down tech that actually matters. And today, we are diving deep into the most interesting foldable phone of 2026, the Oppo Find N6. We're talking a 200-megapixel Hasselblad camera, a battery so big it'll outlast your entire day, and a hinge technology that they spent years engineering just to make a crease disappear. Let's get into it. First impressions when you pick this thing up. It's thin. Like, embarrassingly thin. We're talking 8.93 millimeters when folded. For context, the iPhone 17 Pro is 8.75 millimeters. So when this phone is closed, it's basically the same thickness as a regular flagship. That blows my mind every time I think about it. And it weighs 225 grams. Not light. But for what you're getting inside, you genuinely won't complain. Now here's where it gets interesting. Open it up. And you've got an 8.12-inch inner display. That's a full-blown tablet screen in your pocket. The cover screen outside is 6.62 inches, which by itself is already a big phone. But the real story isn't the size. It's the crease, or the lack of one. Oppo calls it zero-fill crease. And I know that sounds like marketing talk, but they actually had it independently certified by TÜV Rheinland. That's a third-party testing body rated for 600,000 fold cycles. And the tech behind it is genuinely wild. They use something called 3D liquid printing. The hinge is laser scanned for microscopic surface gaps, and then a printer fills those gaps with custom droplets and solidifies them layer by layer, over 20 times, until the surface is almost perfectly flat. The result? They reduced hinge height variance from 0.2 mm to just 0.05 mm. That is a 75% improvement. When you actually run your finger across the crease, you barely feel it. And under normal lighting, you really have to hunt for it. The display quality on both screens is just gorgeous. Peak brightness hits 3600 nits on the cover display. The inner screen goes up to 2500 nits. Both are full DCI-P3, so colors are rich, accurate, and vivid whether you're watching HDR content or editing photos. Bezels on the cover screen are just 1.4 millimeters. And both screens support adaptive 120 Hz refresh rate, drops all the way down to 1 Hz, and the inner screen. It's protected by their new auto-smoothing flex glass, which Oppo says improves long-term crease reduction by 82% compared to the Find N5. This screen is not fragile. It's built to last. Under the hood, we've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now, quick note here. Oppo chose the 7-core configuration of this chip, not the full octa-core version found in some slab phones. Their reason? Heat management. And it shows. Gaming, multitasking, video editing, the phone handles everything without breaking a sweat. RAM options go up to 16 GB. Storage tops out at 1 TB. Running Android 16 with ColorOS 16 on top, which is genuinely well optimized for the foldable form factor. And multitasking on that big inner screen? They have this feature called Free Flow Window. You can run up to 4 apps simultaneously, resize them freely, adjust aspect ratios. It's like having a mini desktop right in your hands. And it actually works. This is where the Find N6 does something no other book-style foldable has done before. The main camera is 200 megapixels, with Hasselblad tuning, in a foldable phone. Let that sink in for a second. You've got a quad camera setup on the back, 200 MP main with optical image stabilization, a 50 MP ultra-wide with 120-degree field of view, and a 50 MP periscope telephoto that gives you true 3x optical zoom, up to 6x optical quality, and all the way to 120x digital zoom. They also included something called a true color camera. It's an independent spectral sensor that reads white balance data separately. What that means for you is photos that actually look like what your eyes saw. Natural skin tones. Accurate colors. No weird processing artifacts. Video is equally impressive. All three rear cameras support 4K at 60 fps in Dolby Vision. The main 200MP camera goes even further, 4K at 120 fps. And for selfies, there are dual 20MP cameras, one on the cover screen and one on the inner display. Now this is the part that genuinely surprised me the most. A 6,000 mAh battery in a phone that's less than 9mm thick. How? Silicon carbon battery chemistry. It stores more energy at the same physical size as traditional lithium-ion cells. This is the largest battery in any foldable phone on the market right now. And when you do need to charge, 80-watt SuperVOOC wired charging takes you from 0 to 100 in about 45 to 50 minutes. Water resistance is rated at IP59, that means protection against dust, splashes, jets, and even submersion. For a foldable phone, that's impressive. There's also an Oppo AI Pen, a stylus built specifically for this device. 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity. You can write notes, annotate documents, sketch ideas. And the AI will turn your handwritten drafts into polished charts and diagrams automatically. It's sold separately, but if you do creative or professional work, it's worth considering. So who should actually buy this? If you want the best display experience in a foldable right now, this is it. If camera quality is important to you and you don't want to compromise versus slab flagships, this is it. If you need a phone that'll genuinely last all day and then some, this is it. But one catch is availability. At launch, the Find N6 is headed primarily to Asian markets and select global regions. There's no confirmed North American release yet. If you're in the US or Europe, you may need to import it, and the price sits around $1,450 depending on configuration. Premium? Yes. But compare that to what a Galaxy Z Fold or iPhone 17 Pro Max costs. And for the hardware you're getting, it's not hard to justify. The Oppo Find N6 is the most complete foldable phone I've reviewed in 2026. It solves the crease. It matches slab phone cameras. It outlasts everything else in the category. And it does all of that while being thinner than most regular phones. Foldables have always asked you to compromise. Oppo just decided to stop accepting that. If this video helped you out, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And drop a comment below. Are you team foldable yet? Or are you still holding out? I'll see you in the next one. Peace.